What's up, guys? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you all are doing great. I am YoYo2K back again with another Ark Survival Evolved building tutorial. It has been a very long time since I have done one of these building tutorials, so hope you guys are excited for a new one. I was playing around with Ark yesterday and I built this pretty cool little base, and I decided to make a quick guide on how to build it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll take a look at it real quick and then I will show you step by step how to build it. It's pretty simple, there's not a whole lot to it, and if you guys do want to build this in your own worlds, take a look down in the description where I will have all of the structures listed for you so you can see how many walls you need, how many foundations, etc. It's not that big, it's pretty much just, you know, a porch that goes all the way around, and then I've got a little, you know, Dino storage area right in here. And then there's a loft that if we go up, you can use this for whatever you really want. I've got it set up as a little dining area. These little doors are kind of cool. They lead kind of into this crawl space that if you go around here, you can hide stuff in here if you want. I have a chest over here for right now. But it's pretty simple to build, and I thought it turned out pretty cool. I'll show you guys where I'm at as well as soon as we take a look at the build. There's a porch on the front. You can go out here and sit and enjoy the sunrise. Go back inside, and the last thing to see is just a little bedroom. Just made a little bedroom. Of course, you could, you know, do this up however you want depending on your needs. And then just like the other side, there's a little crawl space that you can kind of go back in. You could hide some stuff back there. You could put a bed or a sleeping bag back in there if you wanted to. Another door leads out into the porch or the front balcony. And then that's pretty much it, guys. There's not a lot to it. There's a dino gate back here that you can bring your dinos in. But that is the whole build. I'm on the Crystal Isles, and my location is 22.2 and 12.4. Kind of over here in the Redwood area. Kind of getting close to some of the tundra biome. You can kind of see it off in the distance. But that was a pretty cool location. It was pretty flat, and I liked the view of the ocean out front. So let's go ahead, get situated, and we will build this together. Alright guys, so this is a pretty good spot. I think go ahead and try to build here. To begin with, I'm just going to lay down our foundation, and it ends up being, at least for what I have done, a 9x6. You can of course scale this up or down depending on your needs, but I'm just going to recreate what I had over there in the test build. So let's make sure this is, I wasn't counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 9. So 1, 2, 3. So there is our foundation ready to go. On the front, we can go ahead and start putting in a couple more layers of these foundations. It ends up being 3 rows in the front, like where I have the house. And then it's just kind of open here in the back. Let's go ahead and grab a fence foundation. I'm just going to throw one of these down in the corner like so. I'm just going to do it on this other side as well. And then if I grab our pillars, just snap to the corner, and I'm going to build these 2 high. Really, I only need that one. Like if you just have this one foundation, like this one fence foundation, then you can do all the others. If you want to be safe, you can put a lot of fence foundations down, because if you don't, what happens is, you know, if for some reason this fence foundation goes away, then both of those pillars break. So if you don't want that to happen, then you could obviously put down a bunch of pillars or a bunch of fence foundations to kind of deal with that or keep that from happening. So let's go ahead. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And we're just going to build these pillars around the entire base. And we're going to leave a 2 foundation gap in the center here at the front. So right here, leave this open. We'll come back and put stairs in a minute. And that'll be like our stairway up to the house. And then just for now, just space them out evenly. Like on the edge of every foundation, or where the 2 foundations meet. Just going to go and put pillars in, stacking them 2 high. So I've got around the perimeter. Now I'm going to go here on the corners and stack them. They might actually end up being taller. I don't remember off the top of my head. We can take a look here in a second. Do that. And it's kind of the same thing. Let's take a look in a second, see if those go higher. Okay, so what we've got here is the corners end up being 1 pillar taller than the others. So they are 3 tall. Again, this is 3 tall, and then this one is 4 pillars tall. So now that we have the pillars put in place, we have the foundation laid down. Next thing to do would be to start working on our house. Once we get the house in, we can start putting in the bottom level of the roof. I'm going to place a couple door frames to like on the center of the front 2 foundations. So I'm going to go in 1 foundation, and if I look down toward my feet, I can turn it blue, and that ends up flipping the wall, so you have that exterior, like the logs facing in, and you have the interior texture facing out, which I like quite a bit. I think it looks a little nicer than just your regular, you know, woods, like the wood facing out. I think the interior texture is a nice little design. So if we go same thing over here, we'll go with a window frame, look down at our feet and turn it blue. Same deal here. And then I'm just going to stack window frames on top of, oh, not there. Just stack window frames on top of our doors. So we end up with something like that. And on the sides, I'm just going to put down some walls. Same deal, if I look down at my feet, I can turn it blue, stack that up too high. Same thing to the other side, some walls, look down at my feet, make it blue. And again, until we end up with the beginning of our house. So if I go in, now we can start working on the greenhouse glass here, and then I had another foundation right here, so I can go ahead and put that in. And this is just kind of like a little stepping, I don't know, a little mini porch, little stepping way, whatever, into the actual house. It'll be a door frame here. We can go ahead and put that door frame down and flip it again like we did the others. And then I think here I end up having a wall, but to get it to flip, I will need to put down a foundation. If I work quickly, I can just put it down and pick the foundation back up. So we have that wall again facing so that the wood is actually inside, and you have that smooth texture facing out toward the middle of the base. If you want to keep things consistent, we could do the same thing with the greenhouse glass. It doesn't necessarily matter since you can't really tell, but to keep the snap points in line, you might want to go ahead and do that. So I've got some greenhouse glass on my hotbar now, so if I put down the foundation real quick, same deal, just look until it's blue, and I can pick this one up. Same thing again, just look until it's blue. With the greenhouse glass, you can't tell texture-wise, but it will be in the same line as the other walls. So it's just something that you can keep in mind as you are building. And then again, let's go with a wall here and a wall there as well. Alright, so before I put the ceiling on top of the main house, I'm going to go ahead and build up another level, just so those snap points are not messed up by the ceilings being on top. Sometimes that can throw you off. So let's go ahead and put that in there. And what we've got here with those door frames is the door frame that leads to the little crawl space that totally is not necessary, but it's a space that exists and you might as well utilize it. So let's do that, and then on top, a couple more of those door frames. And then let's do the same thing here. We don't need a door frame there. We do need a... Let's put a wall, and then we'll put a window frame. Like so. Now let's come back and start putting in our ceilings. It's going to face the ceilings all the same direction. Okay, so now I've got a ceiling on top of this first floor. I'm going to put some ladders in and go up top and work on that real quick, just to make sure the snap points are not messed up. So what I've done is I've put some walls around. We don't need a wall here yet. We'll end up actually putting the slope walls in right here. So if I go and grab some slopes, these end up looking like that. And then once we actually get the, the floors or the ceilings over our porch, then we can slope them down again. Do the same thing over here where I grab one of those, and then I don't need anything right here because we end up having a railing here, and then here's the ladder that goes down. So let's drop down and start working on, actually, you know what? I could have done this while I was here. I keep getting ahead of myself. There. Which means, in turn, that we can do that. So this is what we have so far. We've got this wall built up 3 high, and we have a little doorway goes into what I was using as a bedroom. Another doorway here that leads out to what I called a crawl space, I guess. You don't have to have that at all, but it's there. You might as well use it if you want. You can always put some storage in there. Use it for things you don't want other people to find. That kind of thing. We have a slope going to the center, like so, and it goes back down on the other side. So let's drop down and go ahead and start working on the roof that goes around the exterior of the entire base. So I'm just going to go the top of these pillars and just start working my way back. So just kind of walk around the base, putting these ceilings in. Now we have the beginnings of the ceiling built in. Looks good. Now what we can do is start working on putting in some slope. Go up top, and then once we're up here, go ahead and put in a slope. Grab the other one and flip it just like we did our walls and door frames. Like so. Same thing on this side. Look down to blue, and there we have that. So we have those in place. Now if we go back here, what we're going to have to end up doing is putting one of these in just real quick, so we can come over to the side and drop that in there. We stand here, might be able to pick it up. Oh, this is slip wall. Oh, I fell. So that's what we end up doing. We'll have to do that again on this side. Alright, there we go. So now we have that in place. We can work on building up the walls on the inside of the base. We can also work on the exterior coming to a peak by the gateway. So if we get ourselves back up top, kind of run through this little gap. I can put in the slopes like so, and then for temporarily. Now, if you wanted to use thatch for this part, that wouldn't be a bad idea because these are going to end up going away. But for the moment, I need them to stand on, and also I need them so that I can build out a little bit like this to do what we had done previously with the peak. So if I grab that and then I grab that, like so. So we have those in place. Next thing to do would be to go back up top, and we need to work on putting the walls in on the interior of the base. So these are all going to be temporary. If you wanted to use thatch, again, probably be a good idea. I'm just putting these these ceilings in so that we have ourselves a way to turn these walls like so. Same thing over here. Just just going to look down until it's blue. Do that same deal all the way across until I get back here. And then if these can be picked up still, oh, they just switched over. Okay, so now we will need to just go ahead and slope that up like so. I'll do the same thing on this side. And now we have the beginning of our interior ceilings. We can come across here with a wall, and that's actually facing the correct direction, like that. Go around. Do the same thing over here. Now we have those in place. It ends up looking kind of like that. So now I can take out this floor, but I don't want to take out this one just yet. I need to have my ceiling coverage before I take this out. Otherwise, that like the walls here in front, these guys, they will fall if they don't have any support. So we're going to do some support in the terms, or in the way of ceilings. So I'm going to do the same thing I did on the test build, where I'm just going to use the sloped Adobe ceiling. I like those quite a bit. I think they look nice. Oh. Alright guys, we've got the ceiling on. Nice and even. We can run back inside. This is what it looks like in here. So now, I should, fingers crossed, be able to get rid of those two ceilings. And then we end up with kind of that shape. And to get the gateway in here, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that one as well. So get rid of that one, get rid of that one. And now, we should be ready for... I don't know why this is here. I'm not really sure where that came from. Alright guys, next thing to do will be put in some stairs. We need to put the stairs in before the gateway, because if we don't put the stairs in now, then they get obstructed by the gateway. So I just got some stone stairs that I'm going to place in the front. These won't be obstructed by the gateway, but these on the outside definitely will be. So if we put those down now, we are actually able to place them. I need to put a fence foundation down so we can snap our gateway to it. I'm just going to use this pillar right here, or sorry, this foundation. It's one of the ones in the center. You could use either. I'm just going to go with the left one. I need to get my fence foundation back. Just snapping it to the edge like so. And now, if we come back with our gateway, it'll actually snap in place for us. Oh, game froze. So we have the gateway in. We can grab a gate and put it in the gateway. Like so. And we are almost done, guys. All we need to do is put another set of stairs there. Put some stairs on the front of the house. And now it's just railings, doors, and windows. So I'm going to go with the railings all the way across, like all the way around the base. And then I even end up putting railing on the inside. You don't need to. I just liked it. I thought it was kind of neat to have the railings on the inside and outside of, you know, this little dino area. I don't know if you call it like a little dino paddock or whatever you want to refer to it as, but I thought it was neat. Alright guys, I guess we put railings up top Before we go up top, let's go ahead and put some doors on our hotbar and some windows as well. You can of course use whatever doors you want, whatever fits your fancy. I am going to go with just a combination of the regular doors and greenhouse glass windows. So let's go ahead and put windows in. I just like the greenhouse glass windows because even when they're closed, they let in lots of light. For my main front doors, I just put in these reinforced doors. I know that the gap doesn't really match too well, but I do like the look of the wood and metal together. I think it's kind of nice. And same thing here. And then if we take ourselves back upstairs, just right here, I'm going to put in the regular doors. Like even on this one, just a regular standard old wooden door. You know what? I ended up putting a wall there instead of a window frame or door frame. That's number 6. Yeah, it's because that ceiling. My bad, guys. I forgot that that ceiling would obstruct putting the door in. So apologies about that. So yeah, it looks like you will actually have to, if you're, hopefully you're watching this before building, and if you have already started building, then I'm sorry about that. But it looks like you do have to break this ceiling to put that door in. You don't need those doors. Can we get it in here now? No, it's really this one, I think, that's the problem. Okay. My bad. So last couple things to do would be to put a railing on here and then on the front balcony. And I also, on the test build, I ended up taking this railing all the way back. Again, not necessary. It's just aesthetic. But I thought it looked pretty nice, so I'll do that over here as well. I'm going to start the front and work my way back. A lot of times when you're building an Ark, it's a good idea to go the same direction for everything. That way you don't wind up with some odd gaps or spaces where your structures don't meet up properly in the middle. So that's it, guys. That is the entire build. We are done. If you have stuck with me this entire time, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I didn't put a... there it is. I forgot to put a window up top. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the build. Let me know down in the comments if you guys plan to build this in your own worlds. Let me know if you changed it up any, if you make any adjustments. Like I said, this is just kind of a basic beginning to it. You could totally make it wider and longer depending on your needs. Just remember that however wide you make it, to get that nice peak in the middle, it does need to be an even number of foundations wide. So in my case, it's 6. You could totally go to 8, 10, etc. If you build it big enough, you could even put in a behemoth gate. That would be a crazy big building. But you could totally be done. Just be a lot of materials. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Again, if you want to build this in your own worlds, take a look down in the description. I'll have everything listed for you down there so you can see how many walls you need, how many foundations, etc., etc. Everything that I've used today have been vanilla Ark pieces. I don't think I used any S+. I think it's just been generic, just straight Ark pieces. So you should be able to build this no problem with whatever you have wherever you are building. So have a great rest of your day and or night wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all again in the next one. Until then, bye-bye, guys.